Did you know that microwaving the wrong foods could be slowly poisoning your body, especially if you're over 60? It sounds dramatic, but the truth is even more alarming. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to toxins, nutrient loss, and chemical changes in food. Yet millions of seniors unknowingly toss everyday items into the microwave, believing it's safe, convenient, and harmless. But certain foods, when microwaved, release dangerous compounds, alter their nutritional content, and become ticking time bombs for your health. Seniors, this isn't just about losing flavor or texture. This is about protecting your heart, your brain, your joints, your immunity, and your longevity. If you're over 60 and you're microwaving these 6 common foods, you could be setting yourself up for inflammation, digestive distress, cancer risks, and accelerated aging. It's time to pull back the curtain on what really happens inside that humming microwave, because what you're about to discover might shock you and possibly save your life. Let's begin with a food nearly every senior enjoys and eats weekly, if not daily. 1. Hard-boiled eggs microwaving. Hard-boiled eggs may seem harmless, but it's actually one of the most dangerous things you can do in the kitchen. When you heat a whole egg in the microwave, pressure builds up inside the yolk. The result? It can explode, sometimes violently, after it's removed from the microwave. This is more than a messy inconvenience. These steam explosions can cause serious burns, especially to the face and hands. But the real danger isn't just physical. The chemical composition of eggs changes when rapidly reheated. The heat can break down sulfur-containing proteins, which react and produce potentially toxic compounds like hydrogen sulfide. Why it's bad for seniors? Seniors often have thinner skin, slower reaction times, and weaker immune defenses. A steam burn can take longer to heal, become infected more easily, and severely reduce mobility. Plus, hydrogen sulfide exposure, even in small amounts, can irritate the lungs and compromise respiratory function. Better alternative. If you must reheat a hard-boiled egg, remove the shell, slice it, and use a skillet or toaster oven on low heat. Or better yet, eat it cold. Many nutrients, including choline, remain intact and support brain health. 2. Broccoli. You might think microwaving your broccoli is a quick, healthy choice, but it can destroy up to 97% of its antioxidants. Broccoli is one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables you can eat, packed with cancer-fighting compounds like sulforaphane. But microwaving it, especially with water, causes a steep drop in vitamin C, polyphenols, and glucosinolates. These compounds are heat-sensitive, and microwaves cook from the inside out, causing uneven heating and rapid molecular breakdown. Why it's bad for seniors? Antioxidants are your body's internal defense system. They neutralize free radicals, slow aging, reduce inflammation, and protect cells from damage. Seniors need these protective compounds more than ever. Without them, you're more vulnerable to heart disease, cancer, cognitive decline, and immune suppression. Better alternative. Steam broccoli gently on the stovetop for just 3 to 4 minutes. This preserves sulforaphane and maximizes nutrient retention. Or eat it raw in salads or dips with olive oil for added absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. 3. Processed meats, like bacon, hot dogs, sausage. Microwaving processed meats doesn't just reheat them, it can turn them into chemical cocktails of cancer-causing compounds. When nitrates and nitrites, preservatives commonly used in these meats, are exposed to high microwave temperatures, they convert into nitrosamines. These are potent carcinogens linked to pancreatic, stomach, and colorectal cancers. Even worse, the uneven heating of a microwave allows cold spots where bacteria like listeria can survive. Why it's bad for seniors. Your body's ability to detoxify and repair DNA damage declines with age. That means nitrosamines have more time to wreak havoc in your tissues. Combine that with reduced gut resilience, and you've got a perfect storm for chronic inflammation and disease. Plus, excess sodium in processed meats raises blood pressure, already a concern for many seniors. Better alternative? If you must eat meat, opt for nitrate-free organic versions and reheat them gently in the oven or on the stove. Even better, replace with high-protein plant options like lentils, tofu, or grilled mushrooms for gut-friendly, heart-safe nutrition. 4. Potatoes. Leftover potatoes seem like an easy reheat, but when microwaved and cooled improperly, they become bacterial breeding grounds. Specifically, they can harbor Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria responsible for botulism, a rare but deadly foodborne illness. When you microwave potatoes without proper storage, the heat doesn't always penetrate evenly. This allows botulinum spores to survive and multiply if the food cools slowly or isn't stored properly. Microwaving doesn't kill all of them, and seniors are more vulnerable to the neurotoxic effects. Why it's bad for seniors. Botulism can cause difficulty swallowing, muscle weakness, and respiratory failure, conditions that are already more difficult to manage in aging adults. Additionally, potatoes have a high glycemic index. Microwaving them can increase starch gelatinization, spiking blood sugar faster and harder, worsening insulin resistance, and promoting inflammation. Better alternative: bake or steam fresh potatoes and eat them immediately. If saving leftovers, refrigerate within an hour and reheat thoroughly using an oven or stovetop to 165 degrees Fahrenheit to ensure safety. 5. Leafy greens: spinach, kale, celery. These superfoods are loaded with nitrates, which are normally beneficial for blood pressure and circulation. But when exposed to high microwave heat, nitrates can convert into nitrites and eventually into nitrosamines. Yes, those same cancer-causing chemicals found in processed meats. The risk is especially high when greens are stored for a while, reheated multiple times, or microwaved while wet. Why it's bad for seniors. While nitrates support heart health, nitrosamines damage DNA and impair your cell's ability to replicate correctly. Seniors already face higher risks of oxidative stress and DNA damage due to aging. Reheating greens in the microwave could turn a health booster into a toxin trigger. Better alternative: eat leafy greens raw or lightly sauté them once and consume them immediately. If you cook spinach or kale, do so with olive oil and garlic in a pan over low heat. It enhances flavor while preserving key nutrients and avoiding dangerous conversions. 6. Rice is a dietary staple for many, but improperly reheated rice, especially in the microwave, can harbor a toxic bacteria called Bacillus cereus. Even after cooking, the spores can survive and begin to multiply if rice is left out too long or not reheated evenly. Microwaves don't always bring the entire dish to a safe temperature, meaning parts of your rice could still harbor bacterial spores. This can lead to food poisoning, stomach cramps, and vomiting. Why it's bad for seniors. As digestion slows with age and gut bacteria diversity decreases, your ability to fight foodborne pathogens weakens. Even mild stomach upset can lead to dehydration, nutrient loss, and dangerous electrolyte imbalances in older adults. Plus, reheated white rice can rapidly elevate blood sugar. Bad news for anyone managing prediabetes or diabetes. Better alternative: cook only what you'll eat. If storing, refrigerate rice within 1 hour and reheat using the stovetop with a splash of water, stirring continuously to ensure uniform temperature. You may be thinking, but I've microwaved these for years. That may be true, but aging changes the game. Your digestion slows, your immune function declines, your body becomes less resilient to toxic exposures and less efficient at processing damaged molecules. What was once a minor issue can now become a major health risk. The problem isn't the microwave itself, it's what it does to certain foods and how those altered foods interact with the vulnerabilities of an aging body. Microwaving has become a mindless habit. A button we push without thinking. But habits built on convenience can quietly sabotage long-term health. The 6 foods you've just learned about are only the beginning. Every time you microwave them, you're rolling the dice on nutrient loss, toxic byproducts, and bacterial contamination. Risks your body may no longer be equipped to handle. If you care about your independence, your mobility, your clarity of mind, and your quality of life, then it's time to rethink your microwave habits. What's easy now could cost you later. So here's the challenge. Go 1 full week without microwaving any of these 6 foods. See how your body responds. Notice your energy, digestion, sleep, and mental clarity. And remember, aging well isn't about shortcuts. It's about making small, consistent choices that honor the incredible vessel you live in. You have more control over your health than you think, but only if you're willing to act on what you now know. The next time you reach for the microwave, ask yourself, is this meal healing me or harming me?